Hello everyone, welcome to the series of SPSS. This is Professor Atman Shah from Crack Economics and Statistics. In this video, I am going to discuss the idea of analysis of covariance and COVA in SPSS. In the beginning, I will briefly explain the idea of ANCOVA and then I will move to steps involved to perform this test in SPSS and interpretation of the result. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel Crack Economics and Statistics to find more videos on SPSS, RStudio, Statistics and Economics. Let's begin with the introduction. ANCOVA is an extension of ANOVA. ANCOVA is used to examine the effect of one nominal independent variable on a continuous dependent variable controlling the effect of another continuous variable. This controlled variable is known as covariate or confounding variable. Let's take this example to understand the idea of ANCOVA and how it differs from ANOVA. Suppose a researcher wants to check the effectiveness of three different teaching methods on the result of the students controlling the effect of family income. So here family income is our covariate. If we do not consider this variable family income, then we have the case for ANOVA. So we use one-way ANOVA to examine the effect of different teaching methods on the result. But here, as I said, ANCOVA is the extension of ANOVA, and here we have the covariate, which is family income. So we are controlling the effect of family income, and then we try to measure the effectiveness of teaching methods on the result. So we have one nominal independent variable, teaching methods. We have three different teaching methods, 1, 2, and 3. We have one continuous dependent variable, that is result, and family income is our covariate. Now, how to formulate null and alternative hypothesis? The null hypothesis says that there is no significant difference in the effectiveness of three teaching methods after controlling the family income. And alternative hypothesis says that there is a significant difference in the effectiveness of three teaching methods after controlling the family income. So here we are interested to examine the effect of three different teaching methods on the result of students after controlling the effect of family income on the result of students. Let's move to the SPSS data file. This is our SPSS file. Here we have three variables. First variable is group, or we can write teaching method. Another variable is marks, and third variable is income. You can see group is nominal variable. So here we have three teaching methods. One is assigned to method 1, 2 is assigned to method 2, and 3 is assigned to method 3. So we have three different teaching methods. So we have three independent groups. Marks is our continuous variable and therefore scale is selected in the measure column. Same way, income is continuous variable and therefore scale is selected in the measure column. This is the data view. So we have three different teaching methods. You can see method 1, method 2, and method 3 in this group column. Second column shows the marks and third column shows the family income, $100 per month. Now to perform ANCOVA, go to Analyze, General Linear Model, Univariate. Again, go to Analyze. In Analyze, we have the option of General Linear Model. In General Linear Model, we have the option of Univariate. So click on Univariate. You can see this dialog box on your screen. Now, what is our dependent variable? It is marks. So select marks and move to the dependent variable box. Our fixed factor is teaching method or group. So move the teaching method in the fixed factor box. Here we have the option of covariate. So family income is our confounding variable or covariate. So move that variable into the covariate box. You can see here we have the options of options tab. So click on that. Select descriptive statistics, estimates of effect size, and homogeneity test. Select descriptive statistics, estimates of effect size, and homogeneity test. Select group and move this variable to the display means for box. Click on compare main effects and then select Bonferroni. So make sure you have ticked these three, you have selected these three options: descriptive statistics, estimates of effect size, homogeneity test. Move your nominal variable to this display means for box and select Bonferroni. You can see significant level is 0.05. So our confidence intervals are 95%. Simply click on continue and click on OK to generate the result. So open your output window. The first table shows the sample size. So we have 6 students in group 1, 6 students in group 2, and 6 students in group 3. Second table shows the descriptive statistics. So you can see the mean marks of students with teaching method 1 is 43.67. The mean marks of the students with teaching method 2 is 54.33, and mean marks of students with teaching method 3 is 57.83. We also have the value of standard deviation and sample size. So from this table, we can say that third teaching method is effective than method 1 and method 2. But still, we need to check the statistical significance. We cannot conclude from the descriptive statistics table. See the 11th test for equality of variances. Here, the null hypothesis is variances are equal. You can see the SIG value, which is 0.065, higher than 0.05. So we fail to reject the null hypothesis of equality of variances, and therefore the variances are equal across the groups. So variances of group 1, group 2, and group 3 are same. See the table of tests of between subjects effects. This is the ANCOVA, the result of ANCOVA. Now see group, our nominal variable, the row of nominal variable. The associated F ratio is 54.399 and SIG value is 0.000. So this SIG value is less than 0.05 and therefore we reject the null hypothesis, which means that there is a significant difference in the effectiveness of these teaching methods. But which method is different from others? All three are different. Teaching method 1 is different from 2 and 3. 2 is different from 1 and 3. Third teaching method is different from 1 and 2. To identify that, we need post hoc test. So here you can see the pairwise comparisons table is generated. So from this table, you can identify that there is a significant difference in method 1 and method 2 because the associated SIG value is less than 0.05. So the mean difference between teaching method 1 and teaching method 2 is statistically significant. So teaching method 1 is significantly different from method 2 and method 3. Now let's compare method 2 and method 3. So you can see the SIG value is 0.082, which means that method 2 and method 3 are not statistically significantly different. So here we can identify that teaching method 1 is significantly different from method 2 and method 3 in terms of its effectiveness. See this table, estimates. Here we have the mean value adjusted for covariate. So you can see the mean of method 1 is 44.393 and the above descriptive statistics table shows that it was 43.67. Similarly, method 2 54.33, here it is 54.16. So this table is adjusted, this descriptive statistics is adjusted for covariate. So now you can see we have the significant difference from this table and we can conclude that there is a significant difference between various teaching methods in terms of their effectiveness. If you find this video useful, kindly like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel Crack Economics and Statistics. Thank you.